The back and forth that we're seeing here in terms of the anywhere but America kind of initiative, and also in terms of the markets that we're seeing, maybe at least taking a breather here. Get us up to speed on where you think we stand right now and where do we go from here?
Well, the tariff tit for tat is finally real. The U.S. imposed tariffs on Friday. China reciprocated. So what had been somewhat abstract threats are now actual measures. Yeah. And the question now is whether we escalate beyond this first round of $50 billion that both sides are in the process of implementing, or if we find a way, if the two sides find a way to de-escalate.
All right. Now, one interesting thing is that you think a truce is likely before the midterms this November. You're smiling. When I saw that, I said, what? Because I would expect that they would maybe wait until after the elections to try to rally the troops to get votes out. But why do you think this?
Well, I mean, first of all, make no mistake, there's certainly a risk of escalation. President Trump, if he's had one consistent view over the years, it has been that the U.S. is being cheated on trade with China and needs to punch back. That said, our view is that the most likely scenario still is something of a truce, a ceasefire before midterms. The reason is that right now we're still at both sides imposing tariffs on $50 billion of goods.
Right.
That is not going to have a very significant economic impact for both countries. As we move further on, and President Trump has threatened tariffs on $200 billion of Chinese goods, it really starts to add up. We're heading into midterm season in the U.S. President Trump, I think, knows that he needs President Xi's cooperation on North Korea. These are guardrails, and so it stands to reason that the political pressure on President Trump is likely to build. And as we head closer to midterms, as escalation continues, we'll see him want to pull back. That said, I will say the risk of escalation is significant.
So is he just looking for some short-term wins then, Michael, before the midterms? Or do you think that the president and the White House actually care about the structural imbalances that we do see in the U.S.-China relationship, but they eventually that is going to actually start to become more of a headwind here, perhaps even after the midterms?
Oh, I think it's a great question. I think President Trump is not just looking for a short-term win. I think where he would like to be heading into midterms is showing that he's pushing back on China, but not being so aggressive that the economic cost for U.S. farmers, for U.S. firms is so great that it really hurts the GOP's midterm chances. But his advisors and the president as well are really looking to reset the economic relationship with China. So absolutely, U.S. Trade Representative Robert Lighthizer, President Trump's trade advisor, Peter Navarro, they are looking to really take some very tough measures against China. And so I think it's important to note, this is what the new normal for the U.S.-China relationship looks like, at least for the remainder of President Trump's term. So we might see a truce, but by no means are we looking at a settlement that's going to resolve trade and investment disputes.